As online coaches and course creators, we want for our program and for our offer to look relevant and to be contextual to the times. And by not doing what I'm going to tell you in today's video, you stand to be left in the past. So keep on watching. Hey, what's up? I'm Jeremy Montoya from personalfreedommentoring.com and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what it takes in order for your offer and for your program to really stay relevant when the market shifts, whether it's a good shift or a bad shift like we're experiencing here in April 2020. You want to have a framework and some mindsets in place in order to be able to adjust so that your business doesn't get stuck looking like it's old, outdated, and irrelevant. Now, I'm sure you've heard the story of the ant and the grasshopper. Folklore would tell you that the ant prepares all year round for that harsh winter season, while the grasshopper wastes a bunch of time and ends up needing the ant's help. My goal for you that by watching this video and being around me and my community is that you stand to be the ant, prepared and just logical and grounded regardless of the situation or the quote unquote season. Now, if this video resonates with you and you have an online course or online coaching program and you're delivering it to clients or you're dying to get this in front of clients, I'm gonna give you access to a free tool that I typically reserve for students in my private community only that helps you to make sure your offer is relevant or to craft your initial offer. So stick around until the end so you can know where to go and get your own copy of that. That said, let's talk about the 3 things you need to do to keep your online business relevant. Now, we do have to accept that in the world, markets and mindsets can change. And when these things change, it can throw our business and our plans for an entire loop. And that's why it's important that we accept that these things sort of change, because if you're super concrete and set in your ways, then it's gonna be tough for you to really adapt and to adjust to the current times. So we have to accept that as online entrepreneurs, that markets are going to change. If you have started a business during the better part of the last 10 years, you've dealt with a booming economy for the most part. And if you're just starting one in the first part of 2020, then things might be a little tough and you might be in a little bit more scarcity than normal. What we want to aim for is to stay ahead of the curve. And the way we do that is by keeping a pulse with our current clients if we have them, asking deep questions when we're on triage and strategy calls with our prospective clients, and just keeping kind of like an eye and ear out to the marketplace to hear what's going on. And so we want to be selective with the news sources and with our inputs, but our end goal is to simply stay ahead of the curve and to be constantly thinking throughout our day, throughout our planning and our weekly thinking time, to be basically kind of guesstimating where the market's going and what is out of date or what's in, and to be asking ourselves, is what we're offering right now contextual to what the world is, kind of the narrative of the world? Step number 1, we got to get ahead of the curve. This is really an ongoing thing inside of your life already, and it needs to be installed in your business. See, right now, my guess is that you've adjusted well to any times or any situations the world has thrown at you. Maybe money was up and down in a job or in your business. Maybe with health was up and down, or the health of those you love, God forbid, was up or down. And so you've probably adjusted and have changed quite well. But when we start a business, sometimes we don't get into it knowing that the world and the market and economies can shift and that can have a huge impact on your business. If you have started a business over the last 10 years, you haven't had to deal with many crashes or things like that. But if you're starting one or thinking about it in 2020, then it's a little bit of a different environment. But the fact is that economies, governments, and world situations, that they change and fluctuate. And so we have to stay ahead of the curve. And what I mean by that is just not implanting our feet so deep in set concrete that it becomes impossible for us to adjust. And it's about navigating our life and our business in such a way that regardless of the curveball that's thrown at us, we're able to handle it, and it doesn't really throw us off course. So this is really, the first part of this is really a mindset shift and staying ahead of the curve. I would recommend things like news and input sources, but more and more as time goes on, those become even harder to trust. And so what this really comes down to is keeping a pulse with your clients, keeping a pulse on kind of the news and the state of the world, and having a bunch of different inputs so you can try to discern what is actually going on in the world and trying to keep the agendas out of it. And if you don't have clients or a whole schedule full of appointments of people who are looking to sign up, then we just want to look to the leaders in our market and want to look at kind of what others might be doing or what their thought process is and reverse engineering that in our own businesses. Now, I say that with a lot of caution because it can be really easy, and I know this from experience, to really only be looking at a handful of individuals and thinking that's what online business is and what success looks like. And the fact of the matter is you have your own personality and your own kind of meter with risk and with fear and scarcity and abundance that you want to kind of be aware of and cognizant of, and also integrate into your business so that you have a 100% unique business that's unique to you and unlike anyone else's. But step number one is we have to stay ahead of the curve. And so what this means is keeping an eye and ear and a pulse with our clients, with our prospective clients, and of course with the news and the world, and asking ourselves, how does this affect my business and what advantages lay inside of it? That being said, let's get on to point number 2. Second, we need to be asking ourselves, what is the current narrative in the world? And then a follow-up question with, is my offer sensitive to it? In the next video, we're gonna be talking about how to adjust your messaging. But before we do that, I think it's important that we talk about how we help and affect the people that are already paying us. Marketing is how we, of course, and messaging is how we attract people and get people into and converting into our offers and into our products and programs. But without our current clients there, that goes our testimonials, our case studies, and all of those things. You know, if you don't have a whole, program full of students and things like that, then that's a whole different conversation. And I'll have some resources to help you with that at the end of this video to sort all of that out. But if you have those things already and people are paying you, then it's important that you're asking, how does this impact them? And is my offer and how I'm bringing it to the world, is it sensitive to what's going on in the world narrative? And will it help be a solution for the problems that are now being presented? In the current economy that we're in April 2020, inside of Personal Freedom Mentoring, we've switched from selling the big, badass flagship version of the program to just focusing simply on the first 60 days. And so what that means is really hitting it hard with their students as they're first getting in the program and understanding what their quick wins are that they can experience in the first 7, 14, and 21 days, even more drilled down inside of, because right now there's a whole different shift on, is now the time to set up my business? Is now the time to capitalize? What opportunities are there? And it's my belief that right now people have more time and more money, making it the best time in the world to be an online coach or an online course creator, an online entrepreneur, to help those people because they want to be virtual and they want to do something with their time while they're at home and they're experiencing this at-home world. So anything that you can do in your business to help cater to that really makes it possible and really is gonna help that situation to happen a lot faster. Now that you've thought about your offer and how it might or might not be sensitive to the world, let's talk about thing number 3, which is modifying and adjusting your delivery. Now, many of you deliver your products in programs in different ways. Maybe you do it one-on-one or in a group setting, or you have a course that you launch a couple times a year and onboard people inside of, or maybe it's evergreen. What I want for you to think about is, are you delivering it the best way given the current world situation? If you're an online course creator, you might have students dying right now for one-on-one or more intimate group attention and time with you. If you're an online coach and you've just been coaching in a one-on-one or a one-to-many way, maybe you have a whole audience of people who would want something more in a defined course, in a 6, 8, or 12 week style course. And so I want for you to just think about what's working in other markets. How can that apply to me? What has changed in the world and how does that impact the way that I'm delivering my services? For some of you, it might be increasing the amount of time you're spending with your clients and the amount of touch points. It might be really focusing in on the first, like in the previous point, 30, 60, 90 days of the journey that your clients go through as they sign up with you. Or it's just thinking through in your head, what do I need to do to deliver this better and to get through to my current clients? Whatever the case, we need to have some sort of appointment or touch base or question that comes across our desks and our lives to basically understand how we can best deliver our products and our services so that they help our market to get results regardless of the state of the world, but more particularly for the current state of the world, given for whatever economy you might be inside of while you're watching this video. At the end of the day, we want to be ants in our marketplace and not grasshoppers. And what that means is staying ahead of the curve, being prepared and asking ourselves the tough questions and taking the actions based on the answers to those questions so that we can stay relevant and so that we can stay or become the market leader in our space. At the beginning of this video, I promised that I had a free download for you that's relevant if you either have an offer and haven't really adjusted it or revisited yet given the current economy, or if you're brand new to online business and don't know what your offer is yet. And it lays inside, it's step number 4 of my Start Your Business Toolkit, and it's available for free inside of my private community called Profit and Freedom. To get access to that, go to personalfreedommentoring.com/group. request access, answer the simple questions, we'll get you on the inside and you can download it, or just comment the word group wherever you're watching this video, and we'll get you a personal invite over there so that you can get inside and, of course, get the tool and download it and have your own copy, but so you could be shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, digitally, with other aspiring and successful online entrepreneurs from all around the world who are conquering their online business during this time. Again, go to personalfreedommentoring.com/group to get free access to that right now. If you're ready to move with some speed, and to figure out exactly how to take your idea or existing online business into a thriving online business, then here's what I want for you to do. Comment the word adapt below wherever you're watching this video, and we'll have a quick chat back and forth to see if I can help. And if so, we'll get you a roadmap, a plan of attack, so you can be just super clear on what your exact next steps are to make your business go from maybe just surviving right now to really growing and thriving, and to help you to become a successful online coach or course creator and hopefully become a proverbial trophy on my shelf, because nothing would excite me more than seeing you thrive. So if that's you, comment the word adapt or head to personalfreedommentoring.com, fill out the quick application, and we'll have a quick chat and see if I can help you and what we can do together. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.